Jake Daniels became the first male professional footballer in the UK to come out publicly since Justin Fashanu did it all the way back in 1990. 12 months on, Jake is back with us here on Sky Sports News to talk about how the last year has been for him personally and also why nobody has followed his example. As you can see, we're not alone. This is Billy Bingham, who's Jake's football agent, and of course our senior reporter, Tim Thornton, as well. So Jake, how's it been since?
It was such a surreal experience. I can't believe it's been a year already. It's gone so quick. But it's been absolutely amazing. It's been better than I expected, if I'm being completely honest. Everything I've just had, positivity everywhere, and it's brought me closer to so many people, and I couldn't have asked it to go any better for myself. Right.
Tell us about your teammates, the dressing room. How did they react?
Again, I didn't expect them to react how they were. When I did tell them, they all started clapping me and telling how proud they were of me. And, as a team, we always have to be together and have that bond. And like I say, it brought everyone closer together. And for me to really fit in with them as my actual self, it was just so amazing for me to be able to do that.
Yeah, what's that been like for you, to actually be you for the first time in your life?
Again, I wouldn't have ever expected it to happen. The amount of confidence I have, just when people say it's a real weight off your shoulders, that saying is true. I remember the first time I told my mum, I was dancing around the room, I was all joyful, and yeah, it's been such an amazing, the best part of my life. It has, and being able to live truly as myself, it's the best thing I could have ever asked for.
Brilliant.
Jay, you've talked about becoming a role model, inspiring others. Have a lot of people reached out to you in the last 12 months to share their stories?
Yeah, so many people have reached out. I know for the first 2 or 3 weeks, my agents took over my Instagram, so I didn't see a lot of the comments, but still now, I get parents of kids, I get the kids themselves, I get older people, younger people, all saying, how long they've had to live their lives a lie, and they have been able to come out because of something I've done. And it's such a warm, proud moment for me, being able to, have me do that and come out, and for someone else to be able to do that as well. It's a proud moment.
And 12 months ago, you talked about ending the stigma around football. Are we any further forward in that?
I think we are, yeah. Since I've come out, there's been referees, and we've had Xander over in Scotland who's come out. So, it has kind of got the ball rolling a bit more, and I am hopeful that, maybe next year, the year after, we do have, maybe a top-flight Premier League footballer that is able to come out and live his life as a gay, active UK footballer.
I want to talk to you a bit more about that in a moment, but I want to bring you in, Billy. What has your role been in all this to protect your client and your friend?
I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's to navigate Jake through the pitfalls. His profile as a footballer increased massively the day he came out. He was under the spotlight a lot more, so it's my role to make sure that we don't get too high in the high moments and too low in the low moments.
Social media can be brutal, can't it?
Yeah.
I know that you took responsibility for that. Without telling us what was said specifically, was it vitriolic?
Yeah, it was appalling, some of the messages we were receiving. I won't go into the details, but they were very, very upsetting. And like I said to Jake earlier, we were talking, and I got quite personal with the messages after the first sort of 2,000 or 3,000. I sort of felt quite personal, and you were looking at messages coming through from people where I live in Yorkshire, in the northwest, and you were getting so angry and thinking, why would people do that? Why would people send messages like that?
How do you deal with that?
On social media, it's a difficult one. People can just hide behind the screen, behind the keyboard, and say whatever they want, but it's always 10,000 positive messages and that one negative comment. You just focus on it and it stays in your mind. And for me, the first few weeks was difficult, but I think now the only thing I can do is just laugh at it and say, look, I'm a footballer. I've been able to come out and do what I've wanted to do for my whole entire life, so it doesn't really affect me that much anymore.
You are Jake Daniels, the footballer. Let's not forget that. So how have the last 12 months been for you as a footballer? Because I think people sometimes forget you're still only 18.
Yeah, it has been difficult, to be fair, coming out and being 17, and now I'm 18. It was quite a lot for me to adjust to. in regards to football, you know, I had a mental time off. I've had some time off just trying to be working on myself. I didn't go back in the best fitness, but, you know, I think it's now time for me to be able, you know, after a year has gone on, it's time for me to kick on, go back into the pre-season, work as hard as I can. And, you know, with Blackpool, you know, we might get a new manager in, and hopefully it's someone that, you know, likes to play kids and bring them up. So hopefully it's my opportunity then to, you know, kick on and get in the first team.
Do you feel like a role model?
Yeah, 100%. I think it still doesn't feel like I settled in now. You know, people still like messaging me or seeing me on the street, and it's like, I am that role model for people, but, you know, it's always gone back to it's the proud moment to be able to help other people in their lives. Well,
you touched on it. We haven't had a Premier League gay footballer come out. Does that surprise you?
I think it does and it doesn't. I think since I've come out, you know, there has been rumours about professional Premier League footballers that, you know, might be coming out, and I think it's if you can't force someone to come out. At the end of the day, I think it's if they want to come out, then they will. You can't force it, but, you know, hopefully there is that courage to come out, because we need that group to keep on getting larger, so, you know, it can just move on in football and it can become the norm. Have
any footballers got in touch privately and said, look, Jake, help me because I'm where you were and I don't quite know what to do?
Sadly not, no. But I am hoping that someone does, because, you know, I'm probably one of the only people that has that full guidance and can give them it. And I think for me, seeing that message, it'll be quite a proud moment, just like maybe a teary moment, to be completely honest.
So if they were going to get in touch, or there are people out here watching, because there will be, statistically there must be, what would you say to them? What advice would you give them?
The best thing that I ever did was speak out, and it will be difficult at the moment. It was my life lie, it was, and it was difficult to speak out, but the best thing I did was speak to someone, and I was able to just come out fully then. And obviously it's up to you. Don't feel pressured to come out. It's if you are right and feeling you want to come out. So don't feel pressured and speak to people. It's the best thing that I ever did.
How proud of him are you, Billy?
Oh, incredibly. Like Tim said, people forget he's 18 years old. You know, he's sat here doing an interview on national TV. He's an exceptional young man. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for him. You know, he's an exceptional, talented footballer. And, you know, we hope one day he's going to be playing in the Premier League.
We absolutely do. Listen, thank you for coming in. It means a lot to us. And, you know, you're a superstar.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Billy, lovely to meet you. Tim, as always, thank you very much. Now, if anyone would like advice or support about coming out, or any other issues affecting people who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual or trans, help is available on our website. Just visit sky.com/viewer support.